Hi, I'm Hakan.
And I'm Sarah.
And we're both head instructors and managers here at the Australian Martial Arts Academy. This week, going a little bit deeper on the topic of confidence, we're going to be talking about how that could be challenged. There are going to be situations where our kids, or we might be in where our confidence does take a bit of a hit, and we need to learn from these situations, and we need to ultimately learn from the mistakes and arise from them and keep moving forward.
And make the best of that situation, I guess, is really important. Yeah. I think resilience sums it up really quickly. Yeah. We want to teach our child to be resilient and how to deal with different situations. So obviously there's some things that your child can just work harder on, or you could work on improving if it's not ideal. But I think telling your child up front, at some point you're going to have a barrier and you may not be able to change it. The important part of what we are able to do then is have a great attitude around something.
Yeah.
And there's so many examples of this.
Definitely.
As parents, you guys are probably able to tell us, 3 or 4 examples off the top of your head of how your child has tackled these issues. And it's quite frustrating as a parent or a teacher, because ultimately we want the best possible situation for our child, right?
Yeah.
And so what we want to see is tell them, okay, in certain situations, like you maybe don't get along as well with that teacher and don't like their strategies as much, and you're with them for a whole year, and you loved your old teacher, not this one, that you can complain about it, we can hate that teacher, or we can learn to make the best of that situation. Another example is your siblings way better at achieving these ultimate goals. They're on states for swimming.
The old sibling comparison.
Yeah, correct. They're doing number one at everything that they do, and the younger child's maybe not doing as well in terms of achieving those outcomes. I guess for both of those scenarios, what's important is that we teach the child about self-worth and self-confidence. And that really comes from being able to say, okay, well, I'm going to just try my best at my class. I'm going to listen and take on respect for my teacher at school and see if there's any way that I can make us get along better.
So I guess there's two aspects to this. There's the aspect we can't control, so the context or the external environment, and there's the aspect we can control, which is ultimately our level of input. Now, sometimes we have those kids that just hide behind an excuse. And a perfect example there was, oh, I don't like my teacher, I hate my teacher, I don't get along with my teacher, I don't like the person I'm sitting next to. And again, it's that falling into the box of the areas they can't control. What we want to do is we want to let our kids know that that's an area that it's out of our control. We can't do anything with it. What we can do is remain positive, be confident, and put our input in the best we can. Be focused, like Miss Sarah said, be resilient towards those external environments. Now, initially our confidence may take a hit, but over the long run, overcoming these will have a huge impact on our self-esteem.
And I guess the way that these strategies, the way that this issue is brought upon with our parents is really important.
Definitely.
Because we want to see that the parent's able to support that child learning, not solve the issues for them. So instead of taking them out of class or telling them that they need to move away from this friend, is giving them strategies of how to best deal with this. And that's ultimately going to teach your child resilience.
Yeah, and really empower them to, I guess, deal with those uncomfortable situations. And what we like to do here at the Academy is we like to use a technique called praise, challenge, praise, where we recognize a technique, we recognize a student is struggling with a technique, we let them know what they're doing right, we challenge them at a certain aspect of that technique, and I guess finish off with that praise in order to give them the confidence to keep going forward.
That genuine feedback about this is where you can improve, and this is how I can already see you improving at this, and that feedback in a timely manner.
Hopefully this video has helped, and we look forward to seeing you all soon.
Thank you.